Hello and welcome to another short drawing lesson. This week we're going to draw the Bugatti Chiron, and this is especially for Max. Hiya Max. First thing, as usual, we'll draw the front wheel here on this side. And notice I'm drawing quite lightly because it's going to be quite a tricky car and we want to be able to make changes if we need to. And we're going to use this wheel as a unit of measurement. So we're going to measure one wheel, two wheels, and a half wheels further back and draw another one. And now we can draw the road underneath. Notice I'm using my whole arm to draw with rather than just my fingertips. You'll get straighter lines and nicer curves that way. There's the bottom of the car, very close to the ground. And now if you go to the middle point of your rear wheel and measure half a wheel further back, that's going to be where the bumper is. You can do a little kind of slopey up bit. And at the front, also half a wheel out in front is going to be where the nose of the car comes to. For the height of the wheel arch, we need to divide the height up into quarters and add a quarter on top. And that will be the top of the wheel arch. And there'll be a line from there heading down towards around the top of the rack wheel, so into that direction. And then on top of the rear wheel we've got a slightly larger arch, so divide it into thirds and add a third on top. And put an arc, a bit more of an arc on that one. We could quickly put the lights and things in, so that's a strange shape like this. I don't know how to describe that, but it's that kind of shape. And it's chopped out of the back. It's kind of like that. Now we need to divide a small section off the bottom of the front here. Have a separate kind of parallel line off the bottom. And we need to put the front edge of the door in. And now we need to measure, if we divide this back wheel up into quarters and add a quarter in front, go up from there till you meet this line. That's going to be the furthest back part of this curve that runs right through the car. So from here we need to curve down into this line that we put there. Quite a tricky thing to do. That's why I'm saying draw lightly, because you might need a couple of attempts to get it right. Now the top half of this curve starts at the top of the door there. It's got a very sloping screen and it curves around, and you want a nice curve running right from there all the way around into the front there. You don't want any sharp angles anywhere if you can avoid that. You can thicken that pillar up slightly, and the screen itself is even more slopey, so go to the middle of your front wheel, go up, come back a tiny bit, and that's going to be where the screen is, and you can use that to draw a curve that starts there, goes over the roof, so add some thickness to your roof, and ends up at that point there, like that. Now we can add our door in, the back edge of the door, so slope like that, and you have the same slope going through the glass part. And now we can start putting some details in. We've got the basic silhouette down, haven't we? So we need some wing mirrors in this space there. You might see a piece of the seat poking out here and a filler cap. And the door handle, that would be useful. And there's a little air intake sort of under the door here. That runs into a kind of sill shape feature. So add something there. And we need some headlights. So take a line from the top of your front wheel that has a slight slope downwards, and parallel to that do another one. And then you can have a vertical section for the front of the headlights and a sloping bit behind. So there's your opening for the headlights. And take those, draw more lines parallel to that one underneath, and this time that's going to be for a kind of cheese-shaped air intake just in that space there, and you can add a little lip spoiler to the nose. So at this point we can start to press a bit harder and firm up some of the lines just to make the drawing look a bit more interesting. At the moment it's all a bit tentative and just barely there, but we can add some darkness to show the wheels on the far side of the car and darken the underside of the car so it looks like it's in shadow. Darken the floor slightly. Maybe some really dark bits in that air intake and in those headlights. A little bit of dark under that mirror. And this can be darker as well. And we can firm up that arc a little bit. And it might help to turn the page around because your hand naturally curves in some directions, doesn't it? I'm not going to go all the way around. I don't want to get too heavy-handed. I just want to firm up some bits. And that's pretty much it, I think. Could just darken that bit to show it's how it's cut out and show the rear lights in that strip there. And if you've got time and you've got some coloured pencils, you could maybe shade this half of the car, contrasting colour. And that's pretty much it. So it's a bit harder than the usual vintage cars that we've been doing. But it's always good to have a bit of a challenge sometimes, isn't it? Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if there's a particular thing you'd like me to try next. And join me for another one soon.